Today, we're zooming in on a tiny world beneath our feet, a world ruled by routine, yet constantly ripe for discovery. This is the story of two aunts who decided that sometimes the greatest adventures start with the smallest of steps or maybe the slightest crack. Meet Red Aunt. Red Ant is small, bright red, with a body so smooth it looks polished and eyes that practically sparkle with curiosity. If there's a new smell, a strange vibration, or an unusual pebble, Red Ant is already there, investigating. He's all quick movements and impulse. And then there's Black Ant. Black Ant is also small, a deep, matte black, moving with a noticeable steadiness. Black Ant's eyes are calm. Where Red Ant rushes, Black Ant pauses. Black Ant is the anchor, the one who thinks about logistics, like how much further is the food source? And is that dewdrop safe to drink? In their colony, life was predictable. Up at dawn, follow the scent trails, haul the crumbs, deposit them in the designated chamber. Repeat. It was efficient. It was safe. It was a little boring, at least according to Red Ant. One mid-morning, while the sun was filtering through the canopy above, casting their usual foraging ground in dappled shadow, Red Ant was doing his usual routine, scanning not just for crumbs, but for anything new. And then he saw it. It wasn't a crumb. It wasn't a danger. It was a fallen leaf, a maple leaf, larger than their entire chamber. It had settled awkwardly, creating a tiny, almost invisible gap where the edge met the forest floor. And from that gap, a faint, unfamiliar scent drifted out. It wasn't the scent of their trail or the scent of the nearby pine needles. It smelled like distance. Red Ant paused, antennae twitching furiously. This wasn't a planned deviation. It was an opportunity. He wiggled his smooth body under the lip of the leaf, strutting just for a moment against the friction of the dirt. He popped out on the other side, and his antennae immediately locked onto something astonishing. Hidden beneath the leaf was a crack, not a shallow ditch made by a careless foot, but a genuine geological fissure. Neurogis, wide enough for one aunt to squeeze through and deep. It cut vertically into the earth, disappearing into absolute darkness. Red Ant was thrilled. This was the exact opposite of routine. He turned back, his bright eyes searching for his companion. Black Ant! Black Ant! Look at this! He chirped, his voice buzzing with excitement. Black Ant arrived, moving with his characteristic measured pace. He assessed the situation instantly. He looked at the massive, damp leaf, then at the minuscule, frighteningly deep chasm. His calm eyes narrowed slightly. Red Ant, Black Ant stated plainly, that crack is not on the established route. We are supposed to be scouting the area near the abandoned sunflower seed husk. Forget the husk, Red Ant countered, already trying to push his way back to the crack. This goes somewhere. I can feel it. It smells like the end of the world, but in a good way. Black Ant hesitated. He had seen ants venture off the path before. Most came back, confused and hungry. A few didn't come back at all. Thig. Crack looked cold, permanent, and utterly untamed. Represented the complete unknown, everything their colony taught them to avoid. But Red Ant was already halfway down, his bright red body a tiny spot of color against the dark earth. He paused just inside the entrance, glancing back one last time. Coming, he called out. The pull of responsibility fought with the pull of friendship and maybe, just a tiny bit, the unfamiliar scent that was now stronger down in the cool subterranean air. Black Ant sighed, a minuscule puff of air that meant monumental resignation. We have exactly 60 heartbeats, Black Ant announced, carefully squeezing into the crack, the smooth darkness swallowing him instantly. Then we return. We must maintain efficiency. Red Arn didn't answer with words, just a happy little flurry of movement as he started his descent. What started as pure, spontaneous curiosity for Red Aunt and reluctant duty for Black Aunt quickly became the first step into something monumental. The narrow crack was longer than they ever could have imagined. They walked, single file, the air growing heavier and cooler. The comforting sounds of the forest, the chirping birds, the rustling leaves were replaced by a profound, echoing silence. And as they kept walking, deeper and deeper into the earth, the realization dawned on them both. This path wasn't just a detour. This was their escape hatch. For the first time, the ground beneath their feet didn't feel like home. It felt endless. And their journey had only just begun. What lies at the bottom of the crack? Does the infinite distance contain danger or fortune? You'll have to find out in the next episode.